Hey folks, Ferdinand Filardo here with another edition of Ferdinand Filardo Homes Realtor on the Road. Happy Thursday. It's the day before Good Friday or Easter weekend, so I'll try and keep it brief. Hopefully you guys will be getting off work early today. Anyways, the topic of the day is your typical broker evaluations or market valuations, the ones that are usually being offered for free and by your real estate broker. Now, there's two types that I'm going to be speaking about: the broker evaluation and the assessment or the appraisals being done by a professional appraiser. For example, a member of the Appraisal Institute of Canada, and usually those folks that are being retained or hired by the banks of the world, the chartered banks of the world, excuse me. Um, just a couple quick points on those folks that do the full-on appraisal of a home. And again, typically speaking, when these guys do it, it's usually a precursor to you guys, or excuse me, the clients being qualified for, say, a loan, or just to verify the final purchase price of a home, not to make sure that there's nothing sideways going on with that actual offer being made on the property. Now, getting to the points of the matter. Objective of the appraisal is to estimate the price of the property, the subject property, and that's if in the case it was to be exposed to the typical marketplace or market conditions. So, what the appraiser would be doing is to pull similar properties and use those properties as a basis of comparison to establish a benchmark. These appraisers, just like us as real estate brokers, will make use of the similar information or sources for that matter as the multiple listing services, land title registries, private service providers, FSBOs, meaning the results of FSBOs or for sale by owners, private sales, and also assessment information and other sources that are available to them and us as real estate brokers. They'll detail the structural. Now, here's where I believe it slightly differs. They'll be detailing the structural characteristics and condition of a home, the assessment data, title restrictions, zoning, and land use controls, to name a few. Mind you, there's some brokers that'll be incorporating this in their, if you will, and I'm going to just use this. Not all folks, not all real estate brokers like this. Their cursory assessment of your property. We have our own processes and protocols that typically are the norm in the real estate broker world, as opposed to the professional appraiser, which has to subject themselves to a uniform code of conduct in terms of actually how they perform the actual appraisal itself. I don't want to get too technical and I don't want to get too detailed into the minutia. If you got any questions on that, just give us a shout. Okay. Now, the appraisals usually will give you insight into the purchaser behavior and the supply and demand of similar properties. Now, there it is, I think, is where the difference will start showing itself. We as real estate brokers, I believe, my 2 cents again, are privy to the specific neighborhood flow, the ebb and flow of the wants and needs and activity of the particular buyers and the particular sellers. Like, for example, I work Midtown, I work downtown, I work some parts of Willdale, as some of the neighborhoods that I focus in on. Now, if you get a broker that's from, I don't know, Ajax or Burlington, and then they come in and they try to list a property in those aforementioned neighborhoods, I don't believe, in me making an assumption, I don't believe they're going to have the same insight into what's going on into the specific properties or specific neighborhoods, or for that matter, the specific buildings. There are some buildings that most folks or some brokers specialize in, and they'll really zone in on those particular buildings, making themselves a go-to expert for that particular particular building. So that's my opinion. That's what I believe to be the differentiating factor. Very methodical, very pragmatic in terms of its approach from the fine folks at the Appraisal Institute and the appraisers themselves. More akin to an art form, if you will, from the real estate broker, where it lends itself to the broker's experience level and if you will, skill set to better arrive at a good price or accurate price to list your property at, given current market conditions. Like I said, I'm going to try and keep it short. We're going on close to 5 minutes, so not exactly all that short. Have a great Easter weekend. Give us a shout. If you got any questions, follow us look for us on Google, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, what have you, and have a great weekend. Nice weekend again, and talk to you soon.